I am Marina Mastrogianni, and I will present you the work which has been done in my master's degree, which is this mathematical model of perineural invasion. We will start by introducing you to the field of cancer neuroscience, and then discussing the role of perineural invasion and, of course, its mechanism, explaining why we have chosen pancreatic cancer, and, of course, dive into the model, the simulations, and discussion about future direction. Before moving on, I want to tell you that this work is an ongoing work. We started from my master thesis, and I'm looking forward to improve. So, cancer neuroscience field is an emerging field of research which investigates the interaction between the peripheral nervous system and the tumors. It is a new field of research, and research evidence.
Hello? Sorry to interrupt, but your screen does not seem to be advancing. We see only your title slide.
Oh, sorry.
That might have been intentional, but just in case.
Let me share again. Can you see now?
That is perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. So I think you missed this one, right? Okay. This one is regarding cancer neuroscience. I was discussing that it's an emerging field of research which focuses on the interaction between the peripheral nervous system and the tumors. It is an emerging new field, and research evidence has shown that the nerves play a central role in cancer. As you can see in the image on the left, nervous system influences 6 of the fundamental characteristics of the hallmarks. So let's talk about math. Back on 2015, my supervisors have published the first mathematical model on cancer neuroscience. This model was focused on neoneurogenesis, which is a process of formating new nerves. And my model is also in cancer neuroscience, but focuses on perineural invasion. So what is perineural invasion? It's the ability of tumor cells to proliferate, circle the nerves, and to invade them. Of course, it's a marker of poor prognosis, and the symptoms are devastating for the patients because, for example, they suffer from severe pain. It is present in a variety of cancers, colorectal, of course, pancreatic, prostate, head and neck, and it is identified as the 4th route of metastasis because it is a unique entity that can occur independently of lymphatic and vascular invasion. Let's break down the steps. Starting from the left to the right, we have our primary tumor and the nerves, and moving on, we can see the secretion of NGF, nerve growth factor, stands for NGF. It is a protein which enhances the growth of both nerves and tumor cells because it binds to their receptors. And then we can see that the tumor cells, after absorbing NGF, they detach from the main tumor, they circulate the nerve while they're proliferating, and in the end, they spread along and through the nerves. A little word about why we have chosen pancreatic cancer. First of all, it's one of the deadliest cancers and is very resistant to chemo. And a lot of patients who suffer from pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma have perineural invasion. Also, this happens because pancreas has a complex and well-connected nervous system. Sorry. And let's talk about the mathematical model. So we have 4 variables, the TP for the primary tumor cell density, TI for invading tumor cell density, N for the nerves, and G for the nerve growth factor concentration. Starting with the primary tumor cell equation, we have estimated the growth enhanced by NGF, the cells which become invading, and the natural cell death. Next, we have the invading tumor cell equation. In this one, we have estimated the tumor cells, in the tumor invading cells with getting attached to the nerves and the natural cell death. We have an equation for the nerves in which we have estimated the growth enhanced by NGF, the remodeling, the natural remodeling, and the damage cancer cells caused to nerves. And our last equation, in our last equation, we have estimated the secretion by primary tumor cells, the secretion by Schwann cells for the nerve growth factor, the decay, and the binding. We have estimated also parameters. Almost all the parameters have estimated for real biological data sets. We have used MATLAB. And here you can see our first simulation. So starting from the left to the right, the first graph regards the primary tumor cells. We can see that we have a gradual increase, and then we have a decreasing to near 0. This is very important because this happens due to go or grow hypothesis. It is a hypothesis in biology which states that cancer cells either proliferate or invade. They cannot proliferate and invade at the same time. So it's the first time this hypothesis is captured in perineural invasion. And moving on to the nerves, we have a gradual increase and then a more rapid one, and then we have a slight decrease, and this possibly happens because nerves are being harmed by cancer cells which they are trying to invade them. We have the NGF simulation. This graph shows that the levels are rising slowly, and then we have also a decrease because cancer cells are absorbing the NGF in high amounts, and we're closing with the invading tumor cells. We have the gradual increase, and then the decrease happens possibly because the cancer cells are metastasizing. So in our results, as I mentioned, it is the first time the go-or-grow hypothesis has been captured in perineural invasion. And our models inside the early tumor growth, the early tumor growth increases the increased nerve growth factor levels, which promote the proliferation of invading tumor cells and increased nerve density, and the increased nerve density leads to reduction in primary tumor cell density. Of course, I want to let you know that I want to tell once more that this is from my master's, so it's simple, but we're looking forward to improve this model and expanding. We have ideas by adding microenvironment factors and of course incorporating the immune system. And I want to thank you. And before opening the floor for questions, there are 3 ways you can contact me. And thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your attention.